What up? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going, everybody? Gonna be continuing just by doing, classes, like I said. Make sure things are going. Okay, let's get into it. Oh wait, shit, hold on. I realized I had a fan going still. Don't need that background noise. Good morning, what class? Languages. Oh boy, here we go. Mr. Salvatore. Let's see what kind of person Mr. Salvatore is. Damn, he looks suave as hell. My dear students, how are you all today? Feeling good, I hope? Je m'appelle Salvatore. My name is Salvatore. Merci beaucoup. That is, thank you for very much for your attention here in my class. Should I be giving him a really bad French accent? I'm so happy for this chance to re-experience my younger days with you all. Do you know what Salvatore means? It means savior. So just imagine I'm here to save you. That is not French at all. Is it? I don't fucking know. Savior. So just imagine I'm here to save you from spooky new languages. Haha, funny, no? That's right. My classes will teach you about various languages from different regions. You may say good morning or hello as a greeting, but people from elsewhere may say bonjour or salut. I've heard there's even a popular streamer out there who smashes several languages together and says hello, hello, hola, ciao, and bonjour. There are so many regions out there in our world, and each can have their own unique languages. Gracias, merci, che, arigato, donkey, donkey. Danke. These all have the same meaning. Can you guess what it is? That's thank you. Ah, Fluxy, was it? Brava. That's correct. And speaking up is important in language learning too. Gracias, merci, che. These words all mean thank you. I guess some of you probably knew at least one of those. Despite meaning the same thing, their lengths and sounds are all different. Isn't that interesting? And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all my God, I can't read right now. Let me give you all one of my wise words of advice. When you travel abroad, you should try to speak the local language as much as you can, even if you can't speak it very well. I'm sure your willingness to try will make the people you meet très heureux. Very happy. I'm gonna look up how to pronounce that one, because I feel like he's going to say it a lot.
トレスール
Why is it saying it in Japanese? Hello?
très heureux,
Uru?
très heureux,
You know, maybe a fucking AI saying it isn't the best.
très heureux, très heureux,
Uru. 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 Whatever. Honestly, from my experience, just being able to say hello, delicious, and thank you in the local language will get you pretty far. For everything else, just pretend you're Mr. Mime and jester away. Ah, there's the pesky bell. I guess that's all the time we have for today. Well, adios, matane, à la prochaine. See you later, everyone. This is the one and only time I wish there was speaking in Pokemon. That's not true. I probably wanted it a lot more times. Languages too. I feel like I am going to do very bad on this one. My dear friends, how are you all today? Feeling absolutely fantastic, I hope. It's time for Salvatore's language lesson. It is vous presse. Are you ready, everyone? You can answer with yes or oui. Oui. Ah, c'est super. In our last class, I believe I taught you all how to say thank you in other languages. Right? In le cours d'argent. Oui. Today's class, we will learn about a certain word sure to make people happy when you use it in your travels abroad. What word, you ask? Well, you'll have to guess. Delicious. Howshi. Buono. Can anyone tell me what these words mean? Delicious? Oh, correct. C'est super. Super. Supper? I knew I could count on you, Fluxy. Delicieux. How's she? Buono. All of these words mean delicious. Using the local word for delicious at markets or restaurants is sure to get a big sourire. A smile, that is, from whoever you're talking to. It'll make communicating go more smoothly, I guarantee it. People love it when someone says the cuisine of their homeland is delicious. Who wouldn't be... I already forgot it. What?
très heureux,
What?
très heureux,
Uru. Who wouldn't be Uru? Happy to receive such a compliment. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one of my wise words of advice. The first step to smooth communication is to compliment the person you're talking to. After all, it's not very likely that a compliment would put somebody in a bad mood. This doesn't only apply to people in other regions either. It's the same for all of you too. You can put this tip to use with your classmates. How about you all try complimenting each other after class? I bet it will make for an ambiance plus sympathetique, a more friendly atmosphere. That's all for today. See you all au prochain cours. Next lesson, that is. Adios, matane. Hi. Imagine eating cheese. That's quite the name. I hope you're prepared for me to continue doing a horrible accent and reading different languages as terrible as possible. I also hope you're having a good day. Don't be tardy. Okay, I'll try. My dear friends, how are you all today? You certainly look fantastic. It's time for another one of Salvatore's language lessons. It is full press. Are you ready? Why the fuck did no one speak up? Ahem. It is full press. Are you ready? Oui. Très bien. Very good. My lessons are not a one-way street. Non, non. I am très triste when no one speaks up. Very sad that is. In our last lesson, I believe I taught you all how to say delicious in other languages. Right? In le cours de today's class, we will learn about a very special phrase that you can put to use when the time is just right. I, Shiteru, je t'aime, te amo, ich lebe dich. Does anyone know what these phrases mean? What sucks is ich lieb dich. I think it was actually properly. So I don't know. I feel like I've heard that one. Is it time to eat? Oi, oi, oi. Time to eat. Oh, Fluxy, you stupid child. No, no. We can't have you eating anyone. That's a mauvaise response. A wrong answer. Je t'aime, te amo, ich liebe dich. These three phrases you may know, I think. Why? Because they're all quite famous ways to say, I love you. Oh. Oh my. Have I embarrassed you all, my friends? What timides, what timides little garçons et filles, shy boys and girls, that is. It's so very important to express your feelings about things to others. You know, this is especially true for positive emotions. If you get married someday and argue with your spouse over some little thing, silly little thing, all you have to do is apologize and say, I love you. Et tout ira bien. And all will be well, that is. I should know. Why, just like we, I had a big argument with my femme, my dear wife, that is. My wife. But I was quick to say, I'm sorry, and all was well. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one wise words of advice. One of my wise words. I keep forgetting the word "my" in that. It's best to be quick to apologize when you have an argument with someone. That goes for your families, friends, and your crushes. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Our Prochenko, our next class, will be the midterm exam. Be sure to review what we learned in all our lessons so far. Adios, matane. I am in so much trouble. Oy, oy, oy. don't think any of these have any fucking stream rather has embarrassed me as so much as doing this dang class alone. Aujourd'hui, today, we take our midterm exam. Détendez-vous. Relax, that is, and do your best. Êtes-vous prêts? Are you ready? Let's begin. Gracias, arigato, merci, and cherche all share the same meaning. What is it? Which of the following means delicious? Which of these phrases doesn't belong? You called me out. I wonder if that's on purpose. Like they add in a random one if you got it correct, but if you got it wrong, they put in specifically the one that you got wrong. Because come on. Te amo. When speaking with a person, what is the first step to smooth communication? Bury them in flattery. Compliment them. What is your beloved teacher's name? Salvador. Fuck, it's Salvatore. That's the first time I got one wrong. In all the classes, that's the first one I got like 100% wrong that I know of. And it was his fucking name. C'est fini. Time is up. Poses vos stylos. Put down your pens, that is. I hope that was easy enough for you, especially that dernier question, that last question. I fucked up. I'm sure you all did great. Bravo, my friends. You can check your scores at the school's front desk. I thought it would... Dude, I almost went for Salvatore as well. Like, I just felt it. I was like, I feel like I'm getting tricked because of Salvador. It was just his name. My first wrong question. And it was his name. That sucks. I can't wait to go into this class and him be like, I see some of you didn't remember my fucking name. Are you kidding me? Merci. Gengar, stop looking at me like that and licking your lips. It's weird. How did you like the midterm exam? You all did really great. We're halfway there. And now, time for another lesson. Êtes-vous prêts? Are you ready? Oui. Très bonne réponse. Great answer. Merci, my friends. I knew I could count on you stars. Leading up to the midterm, we learned all sorts of words from different regions. Starting today, though, I'll be throwing a curveball, for we begin listening comprehension. Vas-y, go for it, my assistant. Pika-Pee, Pikachu. As you just heard, Pokemon can also use words to communicate. It's not always easy for us to understand them, but their words have meaning, just as ours do. Pokemon can use language to share all kinds of information with each other, like the location of food or whether there may be predators nearby. Give me a fucking moment. I will be right back. Sorry about that. The same Pokemon's cries may sound different depending on what it wants to say. I'm sure you're all curious. So, aujourd'hui, today, that is, let's learn some Pokemon language. Je t'en prie. If you would be so kind, Pikachu. That's cute. I love it. I love replacing C's or K's with G's. I just think it's funny. But yeah. What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey just now? What? Say it again, Pikachu. Je t'en prie, if you would be so kind, Pikachu. I didn't realize I was already being quizzed on it. Dude, how the fuck am I supposed to know? That's the same exact animation he has every time he does anything. Happiness, I guess. Sorry, Fluxy. That's not right. Pokemon language is hard, isn't it? When Pikachu says Pika, it's using its angry voice. Dude, it's the exact same soundbite. You just put two G's in there instead of a K. How in the world is anyone supposed to get that? That's right. I had my little Pikachu friend here pretend to be angry for us. Don't you think he did a great job? No. Give Pikachu a round of applause, everyone. He just did the same exact animation. The same Pokemon can even communicate its feelings in many different ways. Their voices change depending on their mood and physical conditions. Try listening more carefully to Pokemon, you might gain a deeper understanding. Try listening to more carefully to Pokemon. You might gain a deeper understanding of them. That having been said, Pokemon are quite mysterious creatures. Some actually don't communicate with words at all, but instead use things like electromagnetic or ultrasonic waves. Some even use telepathy. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one of my wise words of advice. If you poke at your Pokemon too many... I forgot that was a real word for a minute there. If you poke at your Pokemon too many times while watching them during picnics, they'd get mad at you, like Pikachu just demonstrated. Well, he just did it again. The same exact audio, the same exact animation. How am I supposed to know? Well, adios. Matane. A la prochaine. See you later, everyone. Okay. Good evening, go to class. Don't be late, I'll kick your ass. you know, this is the 17th stream, right? And I'm just noticing the grapes in the crest, like the school crest. Anyway, my dear friends, how are you all today? I hope you're all doing marvelously well. It's time for another of Salvatore's language lessons. Êtes-vous prêts? Are you ready? I wanted to say yes that time. I would expect nothing, no less, from my excellent friends. Even your replies to my questions are excellent. Aujourd'hui, today, we will once again be focusing on listening. I should look that up too, because I'm probably saying that wrong. Let's do it.
Imagier.net présente prononciation du français. Au jour d'hui.
Aujourd'hui. I was like slightly off. I kept pronouncing the H, which I should have realized is never pronounced in French, it seems like. Vas-y. Go for it, my assistant Pikachu. Oh boy, here we go. As you may remember from our last class, the same Pokemon's cries may sound different, depending on what it wants to say. Aujourd'hui. Today, that is, we will be learning more about the language used by Pokemon. Je t'en prie, if you would be so kind, Pikachu. That sounds a little bleak, doesn't it? Its voice seems a little lower pitched, too. What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey just now? Well, luckily there was 3 dots afterwards, right? Cause in realistic terms, he did the same cry and the same pose, and nothing was different. Ding ding ding, that's right, Fluxy. Fantastic. When Pikachu says it's expressing sadness, kind of makes you want to cry, doesn't it? That's right. I had my little Pikachu cry as if it was crying. Funny joke, right? Don't you think it did a great job? Give Pikachu a round of applause, everyone. Look how happy he is. Where's that? Huh? That's a different animation. Have it do things like that. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one of my wise words of advice. If you hear one of your Pokemon making sad noises like this one, you should treat them with even more kindness than usual. Well, you probably already knew that though. A piece of cake for you all, I'm sure. Of course, this goes for your classmates and others as well. Friends should support each other in times of sadness. I truly hope that you all can have smiles on your faces all the time, my friends. Our prochain cours, next lesson, that is, will be our final lesson together. I hope you're ready for the climactic finale. Adios. Matane. I'm like ready to read the thing in his voice for her every time. Like, it was like the same thing with the other classes too. I would get so into doing the voice for so long that That's why like I inhale, because I'm ready to freaking like just go at it more with this other character who is clearly not them. Though it would be funny, I could make a whole bit about how she's just a freaking mimic moo. My dear friends, how are all of you today? It's time for last of Salvatore's language lessons. It is for Brits. Are you ready? Yes. What a response, fantastique. Great answer, that is. Perfect for our last class together. I love it. Nothing. And aujourd'hui. Today we will once again be having a listening lesson. Voici. Go for it, my assistant. Pikapi Pikachu. Let's get right to it, my little Pikachu friend. For our last listening class, tell everyone how you're feeling right now. S'il te plaît. Oh, can you feel that? That's one contagious emotion in Pikachu's voice. What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey just now? Happiness, I guess. That fucking character in front of me just snapped. Like, jutted into their seat again. Well done, Fluxy. I'm so happy that you got it right. Get it? Happy? Because Pikachu... Anyway, when Pikachu says... It's expressing happiness. Doesn't it make you just want to break out into a happy dance? But I didn't have to ask Pikachu to put on an act today. Oh no. I simply asked it to show you all how it felt about getting to have class with you. Getting to meet so many new faces and study together in this class with you. It's made both me and my little Pikachu so very happy. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one last wise word of advice. As you live your lives, I'm sure you will have times when you get mad or sad. Maybe even more than you would like. Everything has its ups and downs. Life is a veritable roller coaster. But, à la fin, in the end, that is, there is surely happiness waiting for you. So, gardez le sourire. Keep a smile on your face, even in the hardest of times. Pikachu agrees. When you're faced with a problem that you can't handle alone, find someone to rely on. Be it a teacher, your family, your friends, anyone. Approaching next lesson will be our final exam. Be sure to review what we learned in all our classes so far. Adios, matane. I can't wait for him to be like, alright, what does matane mean? Because it wasn't adios. I'll tell you that. I should have wrote notes for this one too. Aujourd'hui. Today we take our final exam. Détendez-vous. Relax, that is, and do your best. Êtes-vous prêts? Are you ready? Let's begin. Which of the following means delicious? What do these two foreign phrases mean? Yeah. Based on what you just heard, what emotion do you think Pikachu is expressing? G for anger. Based on what you just heard, what emotion do you think Pikachu is expressing? What is your beloved teacher's name? C'est fini. Time is up. Poses vos stylos. Put down your pens, that is. I assume the obligatory dernier question, last question that is, gave you no trouble. I'm sure you all did great. Bravo, my friends. You can get your scores at the school's front desk.
Lord. I'd say I'm glad to never have to voice him again, but our next choice, or next course of action, is to chase him down. Stop licking your lips. Yes, I have to answer 3 correctly in order to pass the normal and 4 for the final. And I got 5 out of 5. That's a passing score. Mr. Salvatore asked us to give you this. 5 XPs. M. You put them in your bag. Keep doing your best. She's here. He's here. Oh, there he is. Oh, hey.
Oh, Fluxy. Did you come all the way here to the staff room just to see me?
All the way here?
Ha ha ha. Seems I finally made it into the hearts of my students. That makes me très happy. After all, like I said, in class, communication is very important. If there's anything you're confused about in class, or if you're having trouble here at the academy, you can always come here and tell me. Ton ami, Salvatore. Your friend, Salvatore. That is.
Nope. No, you're not getting me. I'm looking that up.
You are looking at Julian's pronunciation. Let's learn how to pronounce this word from French. This is a bit of a slang term meaning yeah, as in yes, but a more familiar way of saying yes, which is actually quite used.
Dude, what is this guy's voice? These baritones are insane.
Quite a lot in France. If you travel, you'll hear people say ouais, ouais.
He used slang on a student who doesn't understand other languages?
Ouais. My dear Fluxy, let's communicate a bit. Communicate, that is.
Now he's in the schoolyard. Totally, he's definitely not right behind me. Well, I see a Gengar in the center of the field. And that's a little scary. Excuse me, sir, there's a Pokemon. I'll defend you. Okay.
Fluxy, I'm in a bit of a pinch. Take a look at this. It's Pomni.
Pomni? The fuck is this, Digital Circus?
This Pomni really doesn't seem to be feeling well. I don't know if the poor thing can even stand up. What should I do? What should I do?
Stay calm, my friend.
Oh, right. I could use a potion. Do you have any on you, Fluxy?
I don't lie. Don't fucking lie. I'll give up one of my fucking, like, full restores. I don't care. If this thing's fucking hurt, I don't give a shit. Why would it make me lie?
Oh, hold on. I have exactly one potion in my pocket. This'll fix you right up, my friend. Potion power, go! Whew. That seems to have done the trick just in the nick of time. This Pomni doesn't appear to belong to a trainer. Could a wild Pokemon have wandered onto the Academy grounds? Still, I can't just leave it here alone, without anyone to make sure it's okay. It's decided then. I, Salvatore, will just have to lend all of my helping hands I have to take care of Pomni in this touch-and-go situation. Merci. Merci very much for your advice, Fluxy.
Wow, we became even closer.
Adios, au revoir, farewell.
Oh, and he's actually just gone. That's a first. That they just disappear on me.
Where do you want to go?
Looks like the biology lab is the answer.
The Murkrow. These Murkrow are nocturnal, but people say they stay up here in the lab even when the sun's up. I wonder if they hide themselves away during the day so they're not disturbed.
Hey, look at this.
Oh, my dear Fluxy. Thanks to your advice from before, Pomni is... well, just see for yourself.
Seems very quiet.
Yeah, it's feeling better, but this particular Pomni may just be a bit meek, I suppose. I had Nurse Miriam take a look as well, and she says there's nothing wrong with it health-wise. So it shouldn't have any injuries, ailments, or the like. Even so, it never utters so much as a cry, which is odd. That part has even Mr. Jacques here stumped. Sorry that I couldn't be of any help. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, I just saw the back of his head. That is quite the unique hairstyle.
I have some more information now thanks to that Academy's security cameras though. It seems Pomni was attacked by a wild Pokemon and fled here to the Academy grounds. Maybe it's still in a bit of shock from that experience, and can't bring itself to speak yet. Yep, if that's the case, there's absolutely no problem with keeping quiet. Pas de problème. We can just attendre. Wait, that is, until it feels like talking. That's all we can do, really. Even if you can speak all sorts of languages, there's no guarantee that you can understand what's going on in someone's heart. But I have no fear. Wait. But have no fear. I won't give up. No, I'll keep on trying until we've figured each other out. Pommy's doing great. It's just a bit of a quiet one.
Staff room again.
My dear Fluxy, Pommy here is as healthy as can be.
Still silent, I see.
Well, it seems being quiet is simply a part of this one's personality. But it's hard for a Pokemon to communicate with its fellows without speaking up. As you know, wild Pokemon use their cries to tell each other all sorts of things, like the location of food, or whether there are predators nearby.
Yeah, you told us that in class. Wow, cool. Thanks for repeating.
So even if I were to release it back into the wild, I'm afraid that it may not be able to do those sorts of things. What do you think, Fluxy? Where does Pommy belong?
How about with you?
Oh, I didn't expect to hear mon nom, my name. So you think it should stay here with me? I was so focused on getting it back in good health, so it could return to the wild, that I didn't even consider that possibility. What do you think about that idea, my little Pommy friend?
Mommy.
Holy shit, did you fucking hear that? It spoke! At last. Even without speaking Pokemon language myself, I know that that reply means yes. Oh, my dear Fluxy, merci so very, very much for all of your help with Pommy. All the more reason you should have this. Here, a rare Pokemon for you to raise. But, huh? Huh? Ah, I'm so happy. Yes, I, Salvatore, will take it upon myself to look after Pommy for good. I will indeed. What the fuck do you mean? Pommy's never been better. How's that Meowth I entrusted to your care? Doing superbly, I hope?
I'm taking a screenshot because I want to remember something for a funny idea I have about him giving me that fucking Meowth. Anyway, is that the end of your storyline? It is. Very short, very to the point. He's just like, haha, I found the Pokemon. Hui hui. Battle studies, huh? I wonder if Nemona will be in there.
Meow. Miss Dendra?
Oh yeah, her. She was fucking cool as hell. Also, say hello to your battle instructor. The one, the only, the hot-blooded Dendra. Osu is a karate thing, by the way. Look it up. My age, 25. My hobby, working out. My type, well, fighting. Strong and muscular fighting types, of course. That's all for my introduction. As for my class, this is where you all get to learn the nitty-gritty of Pokemon battling.
We'll start with the basics that no trainer gets left in the dust, even if you're new to this stuff. Have no fear. Leave it to me and my muscles, and you'll be pros in no time. Let's set our fighting spirits ablaze together. What Pokemon does Demona have there? A Riolu? What the fuck? Pokemon have all kinds of attack moves at their disposal, and each move has certain qualities that you'll want to remember. I'm talking about the power, type, and category of these moves. Higher power means more damage, especially if your opponent is weak to that type of move. Heads up, new kid. Question coming your way. There are 2 categories that attack moves can fall under. Know what they are? Physical and special. Wow. Moves you love and moves you hate. Awesome. You're just as sharp as I expected. New kid. Looks like you have a handle on the basics. Anyway, attack moves are split into 2 categories. Physical and special. Physical moves do more damage the higher the Pokemon's attack stat is. And special moves do more damage the higher the Pokemon's special attack stat is. On the other side of things, Pokemon getting hit by these moves can take less damage by having a higher defense or special defense stat, respectively. In conclusion, Pokemon that are good with physical moves should raise their attack stat, and Pokemon that are good with special moves should raise their special attack stat. Trying to raise both of these stats equally will just make it hard for the Pokemon to shine in battle. Make your strong Pokemon stronger, I always say. That goes for both people and Pokemon. Oh man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home. But I guess we're out of time. We'll generally meet for my class here in the schoolyard, even for book learning. Nothing like a little fresh air to make studying more fun, am I right? But class is over for now. Take care, you little rascals. Oy, oy, oy. What an energetic fucking teacher. My poor throat is going to be gonzo by the end of this entire stream. Another day, another round of battle study. Osu! Let's get right to it. Is everyone excited about this treasure hunt? It's always a great adventure. You get to take on gyms, go to new places, and run all over the place with your partner Pokemon. And while you're running around out there, I'll bet you'll come across some big, shining crystals fairly often as well. These crystals are actually collections of terrestrial energy that's seeped out of the ground. You can check out these crystals to battle Terra Pokemon with your friends, or other trainers in a group of 4. We call those battles Terra Raid battles. The Terra Pokemon you'll be facing off against in Terra battles are crazy though. Crazy tough. They sometimes act differently than regular Pokemon, so you'll need to be on your guard. Luckily, trainers can also use a special action in Terra Raid battles. It's called cheering. And there are 3 different cheers you can use. The first cheer is Go All Out. It boosts the attack and special attack of all allied Pokemon. The second is Hang Tough. This one boosts the defense and special defense of all allied Pokemon. And the third, well, let's see if you can guess it. This cheer restores HP for all allied Pokemon. What do you think it is? Explosive Healing Wave. Wham Bam Potion. Heal up, I don't know. Simple. The fucking Metachamp just doing a little spin was fucking just like, yeah. That's right. Maybe I should make you the battle teacher, huh, new kid? The third and final cheer is Heal Up. It's a real powerhouse with the ability to both restore HP and cure status conditions. You can cheer up to 3 times during a single Terra Raid battle. Also, cheering uses up a turn in battle, so you won't be able to have your Pokemon use any of their moves when you cheer. In conclusion, try everything at your disposal. If nothing seems to be working, try cheering on your allies. Providing support to your team can sometimes open up a new realm of possibilities. Oh man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home, but I guess we're out of time. Were you going to drag the class out to a Terra raid battle? Is that what you're implying? Class is over for now. Take care, you little rascals.
Good morning. Battle studies. Do not be tardy. Oy, oy, oy. There's not really much to say in between those, especially considering how little time there is.
Another day, another round of battle study. Otsu! Let's get right to it. Last time we learned about Terra raid battles. Did any of you have a chance to try them out? Terra Pokemon are super strong, and the more difficult ones will use an even tougher tactic that you'll need to deal with. I'm talking about their Terra Shield. What happens while a Pokemon has its Terra Shield up, you ask? Well, it'll take way less damage for one. There's a big effect on morale too. When trainers see that shield go up, they feel doomed, like there's no way to win the battle. So here's a question for you. If the Pokemon you're battling puts up its Terra Shield, what should you do?
Close your eyes and give in. Call your parents. Terrestrialize and attack it.
That's right. You're a regular Terra Raid Battle Master, aren't you, new kid? Regular attacks don't work so well against Pokemon that have their Terra Shield up. But having your Pokemon Terrestrialize is an effective method to overcome that issue. A Terrestrialized Pokemon will do more damage to shielded Pokemon, especially if it uses moves that match its Terra type. Dealing enough damage to a Pokemon with its Terra Shield up can destroy the shield and break the Pokemon's stance. This means that it's important to properly time your Terrestrializing in Terra raid battles. In conclusion, as they say, fight fire with fire, and Terra Pokemon with Terra Pokemon. Be sure to work together with your teammates to smash through your opponent's Terra Shield. Ah man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home, but I guess we're out of time once again. Next class will be our midterm exam. Aim for a perfect score. Osu! Osu!
Good morning. Midterm, you say? Yes. Well, don't fail, idiot.
Sorry to all of you who went to the schoolyard first before finding the right room. I guess we can do our tests in the classroom, at least. It might be hard to write your answers out on the field. Alright, time to put on your game faces and do battles with those test sheets.
The higher Pokemon's special defense stat, the less damage it takes from special attacks. Which of the following has no effect on move's damage? Move's name. How many trainers are on a Terra Raid battle team? 4. What is an effective method for breaking an opponent's Terra Shield, Terrestrializing and attacking? What is Miss Dendra's favorite type? Fighting.
Time's up! Put your pencils down! I saw you giving it everything you've got. I'm sure you've all got perfect scores. Well done, everyone. You can ask for your scores at the front desk. It feels great to test take test. Do you want to get the test? You got it right. All right, congratulations on passing the test with a perfect score. Have some candy. You're telling me you want to go back to class? Okay, well, the studies are Miss Dendra. You should go away. Another day, another round of battle study. Osu! Let's get right to it. You all gave everything you had on the midterm exams. Well done. We'll resume our regular classes today, so keep up that energy for the second half of the term. Have you all been using the R button to send out your Pokemon? Ma'am, there's not a single person in this entire class that doesn't have a Pokemon out. Also, look, Nimona switched out what she has out. She brought her freaking final Pawmi evolution out, which is like something that she actually uses, I believe. If you do, your Pokemon will run off in the direction you're facing. It's a super useful tactic that lets your Pokemon pick up faraway items for you, and that's not all. Wait, did she have that out the whole time and then the Riolu belonged to somebody in the back? God damn it. If there's a wild Pokemon near where you sent your Pokemon, they'll start battling each other. We call those battles auto battles. Just as the name implies, your Pokemon will act on its own during auto battles, meaning you won't have to give it any commands. And if your Pokemon wins, it'll get experience points just like it would in regular battle. If you make good use of these battles, they can be a really efficient way to train your party. But you'll want to remember that Pokemon won't evolve or learn new moves right away if they level up from an auto battle. Also, if a Pokemon loses an auto battle, it'll come back with just a small amount of HP left. Make sure to heal it up right away. Oops, I just about did the whole class as a one-sided lecture. Does anyone have any questions so far? And how do I stop an auto battle? Actually, like if they've already started. There's no stopping an auto battle once it starts. You have to wait and see how it plays out. You can call your Pokemon off before the battle starts though, if you press the ZR button while your Pokemon is still on its way to the opponent. Even during auto battles, our Pokemon are out there battling for us. They're trainers. Keep an eye out on them as much as possible, and if it looks like they're going to lose, be sure to have them retreat. Also, this goes without saying, but Pokemon with low HP are already worn out. They probably won't enjoy auto battles as much, so don't work them too hard, okay? In conclusion, auto battles only work if a trainer and their Pokemon have a relationship of mutual trust. Be smart with how you use auto battles, so you don't lose the trust of your Pokemon. Aw man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home. Oh shit, fucking... there she is. Has it just never been this far out on this side? Cause I don't remember seeing frickin' Penny here. Anyway, I was about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home, but I guess you've run out of your time as usual. Class is over for now. Take care, you little rascals. Also, that Leafeon was massive. Alrighty, class number 5. Let's get going, Miss Dendra. Man, if I had any confidence in pulling off accents, I'd use more accents. But I'd probably give her one too. Another day, another round of battle study. Osu! Let's get right to it. I hope you gave auto battles a shot like we talked about last class. Making good use of auto battles will let you train up a bunch of different Pokemon. Also, It's an efficient way to gather the Pokemon's materials you need to make TMs at TM machines. Speaking of which, have you all been using the TM machines? I sure hope so, because it's pop quiz time! To create TMs, you need Pokemon materials. And one other thing. Anyone remember what that is?
Money.
LB. Looks like you're already a TM Machine Pro, new kid. I used it once. The correct answer is League Points, or LP for short. You can give LP and Pokemon materials to a TM machine to create TMs, but that's not all. You can also exchange Pokemon materials at the TM machine to get LP. I recently heard about some shady individuals getting LP illegally using a technique called hacking or something like that. Hey, you know, I noticed someone's kind of missing on the far right side. I mean, there's just a shadow sitting there where they're usually standing. I don't want any of you getting involved in bad stuff like that. Got it? Anyway, you can also add TMs that you want to make to your watch list. This will let you keep an eye on the materials you need to gather. In conclusion, in order to make TMs, you need Pokemon materials, and if you want to get a hold of lots of materials, you'll have to battle all kinds of Pokemon. Ah man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home. But I guess we're never gonna have the time. Class is over. Take care, you little rascals. That one was depressing. We're never gonna have the time.
I kind of wish the classes had a different song, I'm not gonna lie.
Osu! This is our last class, but don't let those energy levels drop before we can wrap things up. You've shown that you have more than enough knowledge to be super strong battlers. I don't know that I have much left to teach you, but we can always aim for even greater heights. So today, I'm going to teach you about the rules of link battles. Oh? When two trainers participate in link battles together, they can engage in either single battles or double battles with each other. And if you're playing in a group of 4, you can all battle each other in multi-battles. Now, this guy attends school? Now, when you're out having battles during your independent study, you can use whatever number of Pokemon you like, and they can be any level. But in link battles, there are special rules to keep in mind. Some of these special rules involve adjusting Pokemon levels. Now, the no restrictions rule set lets all Pokemon stay at their current level. It lets trainers use multiple Pokemon of the same species and multiple of the same held item too. But if you choose to use normal rules, all Pokemon will be set to level 50 for your battles, regardless of what level they actually are. This even includes lower level Pokemon. They'll get a power boost to participate. Normal rules let you use multiples of the same Pokemon species and of the same held item too. The great part about this rule set is that it lets any of your Pokemon participate. All they have to do is learn some good moves. Lastly, the rule set called Flat Rules mostly affects Pokemon over level 50. Such Pokemon will be set to level 50 for the duration of the battle. The Flat Rules set is the one often used for official tournaments. This rule set does not allow trainers to use multiple Pokemon of the same species or multiples of the same held item. Alright, here's a question for you. Which rule set should you pick if you want to use a lower level Pokemon and keep its level low?
keep its level low. I guess flat, because normal would raise its level.
That's right. That's the one, new kid. Looks like we're listening to the lesson. If you've got some clever strategy that you need to use a level 5 Pokemon for, your best bet is to choose the flat rule set. Of course, you can also choose no restrictions if you want to battle with any Pokemon you want, at any level, and with any held item. That's a pretty good rule set for when you want to battle freely with your friends. In conclusion, normal rules adjust all Pokemon to level 50. Flat rules lets you use lower level Pokemon at their actual levels. I hope you'll use these tips to have some exciting battles with your friends. Aw man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home. But I guess we truly are out of time. Next class will be our final exam. Aim for a perfect score. Osu! Osu! Can I battle the teachers? I want to. Good morning, Miss Fluxy. What would you like to do? Take a final? With Miss Dendra? You're wearing body armor, right? She's going to punch you. That's the final test. She punches you in the stomach. It's finally game day. Today is our final exam. Time to put on your game faces and do battle with those test sheets. Which cheer boosts attack and special attack for all allies during a Terra raid battle? Go all out. What do we call the battles that Pokemon sent out? What do we call the battles that Pokemon sent out with the R button do on their own? You can do it. Auto battles. How should you obtain LP? Take on gyms, I guess. I didn't pay attention to that one, unfortunately. If it said how shouldn't you, I would choose hack the system. But is gym the best way? Or was exchanging materials the best way? No, because exchanging materials is what you need in tandem with LP. Anyway, take on gyms. High level Pokemon are adjusted to what level when using flat rules in Link Battle? 50. When using normal rules in Link Battles, you can use multiple Pokemon of the same species and multiple of the same held item. Yeah. Time's up. Put your pencils down. I saw you giving it everything you've got. I'm sure you'll all get perfect scores. You all did so well in my class. If you pass this test, you'll officially be battle masters. Now, go ask for your surely stellar scores at the front desk, you little rascals. Feels great to get tests done, doesn't it? Wow, how many classes have you taken so far? You don't want to talk, do you? Alright, you got 4 out of 5. Oh no. Which one did I get wrong, I wonder? I had to guess the LP one. Consider you can't just keep taking on gym battles. Exchanging materials is the best way. That one felt like a trick question, in my opinion. Alright. Let's find her. Schoolyard. Something tells me she'll be out here for every single one. I think I see her on the opposite side. Just already spawned in. I'm an important NPC. I'm active all the time. Howdy. Osu! New kid! Have you come out here to the schoolyard for some training?
Yes.
I knew I could see a fighting spirit burning behind those eyes of yours. Why don't we do a bit of running together here to get to know each other a little better? Ready? Let's go!
You ran 3 laps around the schoolyard with Miss Dendro.
Whew, that really worked up a nice sweat. You've got a good pair of legs on you, new kid. A good bout of training sure does make a body hungry, doesn't it? I'll let you have one of my homemade sandwiches, as my way of saying thanks for running with me today. Feed those muscles.
Miss Dendra's sandwich was dry and had an odd smell. The taste left much to be desired. Bro, you're gonna fucking just put her on blast like that?
Oh god. How was it? I hope it was tasty.
Oh, to be honest. No.
Sorry, I shouldn't have asked you that. I'm athletic and all, but I don't know the first thing about making good food. As your honest reaction just reminded me. Well, see you later. Enjoy your soul muscles tomorrow. I can't speak.
She's still fun. She's great. Fantastic.
Osu, new kid. Muscles sure are great, don't you think?
Home ec room? Am I gonna get a preview of the home ec teacher? Or is this... No. Okay. She's learning to cook.
Osu, new kid. Fancy meeting you here in the home economics classroom. What a coincidence, eh?
Your hair. It's having trouble, ma'am. What brings you here?
So, well, you see.
There he is, I'm guessing.
Miss Dendra, tell me she is here for intensive training in sandwich making. Miss Dendra tells me she is here for intensive training in sandwich making.
Well, no use hiding it now.
Oh dear, I'm terribly sorry. Were you keeping this a secret?
Well, I mean, not really, but it just doesn't look very cool to openly admit I'm here for intensive training, you know?
Understood. I will be more careful in the future.
Well, new kid, now that you know what I'm up to, I guess you'll just have to help me out with my training here. Try the sandwich. It's the result of my training so far.
Miss Dendra's sandwich was soggy and hard to eat, and once again, the taste left much to be desired.
That was my meat lover's prosciutto, bacon, and chorizo sandwich.
Oh, I thought it was him.
That was my meat lover's prosciutto, bacon, and chorizo sandwich. How was it?
I disagree. This is your opinion. That sounds amazing. I could have used some more veggies.
What? You mean there was a problem with my choice of filling? I guess focusing on muscle building ingredients really did a number on the flavor, huh?
Miss Dendra, I believe a simple addition of butter would have done wonders for your sandwich. Butter helps to protect the bread from getting soggy due to the moisture of the ingredients. It can also work to enhance the sandwich's flavor.
Huh? Butter? That makes sense! Thank you for teaching me that tip, Mr. Saguaro. But why didn't you tell me that while I was making the sandwich?
Well, you see, when I saw you, I had not realized you had begun your food prep. I thought you were simply trying to destroy my classroom.
Well, anyway, New kid, thanks to you and Mr. Saguaro here, I may finally be getting the hang of this. Thanks for your advice. God damn it, she's fantastic. Well, Sue, new kid. Muscles sure are great, don't you think? She's in the nurse's office. Oh no. What did you do? This is also going to be my first meeting with the nurse. I should also take time sometime to just like talk to every student on every floor. I'll do that on my own time. No way. No way. No way! Come on, Miriam, just try it. What's wrong? Oh! Great timing, new kid. Nurse Miriam here won't try the sandwich I made. Well, duh. I don't want to get a stomachache. You won't, probably. Ugh, I still remember that sandwich you made me with the meat filling and meat for bread. That one really messed me up bad. I hadn't trained in the art of sandwich making yet back then. I was young and thoughtless and... Young and thoughtless? It was last month. So, as you can see, I'm not getting anywhere trying to persuade her. Oh, read that wrong. So, as you can see, I'm not getting anywhere trying to persuade her. Even after I went through the intensive sandwich making training, kinda makes me sad. You went through intensive sandwich making training? You worked really hard at it. I guess I have no choice. If you've got one of your cute little sandwiches, called myself a sandwich. If you got one of your cute little students on your side. So fine, I'll try your sandwich. Let's see it. Yes! I knew you'd come around. Here it is! Huh? It's a little strongly flavored, but I guess it's not bad. Woohoo! My training paid off. I'm so glad my sandwich pleases the great Nurse Miriam. I look up to you, you know. Thank you for trying it. And thanks to you too, new kid. And she's run off again. That was weird. But that's just how Miss Dendra is, I guess. She's always coming into the nurse's office with some injury or another, too. Okay. Hey, Milk. What did you miss? You missed the language class, of which I thoroughly embarrassed myself for 58 straight minutes. And by that I mean 53, because the first 5 minutes of stream were timer. So yeah, like roughly 50 minutes of fucking pure embarrassment of putting on an accent and trying to speak other languages. I also got my first incorrect question with his first test, which was his name. And then I got my second incorrect question on this one's final exam, which, if I'm being quite honest, I feel like was a trick question. At least I think that's the one I got wrong. I don't know. Well, soon, new kid. You here to do a little shopping? I came to see you. So you came to see me, did you? I'm here to check out the sandwiches they've got for sale. The school store sandwiches taste great and have excellent nutritional balance, too. What happened to your intensive training? I guess I'm not used to it yet. All that training kind of wore me out. I achieved my goal anyway, so I'm going to take a break from sandwich making for a bit. Oh, right. I didn't tell you what my goal was. I wanted to pay Nurse Miriam back for everything she does for me. It was my way of saying thanks. She's so nice and so skilled at what she does. I really look up to her. I want to try sandwich making so I could be skilled at doing something for other people like she is. But I guess I just wasn't cut out for it. What I am cut out for, though, is being full of energy. So I decided to focus on that instead. Like I said in class, I think people in Pokemon should make their strong points stronger. You really helped me out, though, new kid. Take this as my way of saying thanks. Ma'am, I know this is Pokemon, but if you walked up to some poor sap on the street and said, "Here, have 10 bottles of protein," that's so much fucking money. You know what? Fuck it. I want to look this up. Let's see. I swear it fucking popped up for a second and it disappeared. Well, if you were to get like a protein powder, that's like $20 a bottle. So that's $200. And even if you were to do, say, the individuals, this is a 10-pack for $34. So she easily spent between $34 and $200 and just said, "Here you go, buddy." Local teacher gives expensive prescription drug to random student. Click here to find out where to find her. Alright then, what should I go with today to get my protein in? Oh, Sue, new kid, are you getting your training in? How are we still not? Oh, wait. No. Is full restore it? Medicine that can be used to fully restore maximum HP of a Pokemon and cure any status. Yep, that's the one. There we go. I always like to have 30 of those on me. Okay, does she have another one? She doesn't. I think that was my favorite teacher so far. Okay,
Give me one damn moment, because my freaking throat is murder. Unfortunately, I've made the mistake of having ice water again. All right, we have art and home ec next, or left rather, and we know who both of these teachers are at this point, because home ec was the guy that we just saw in the home ec classroom, obviously. Which leaves Art to be the guy who ended up being a Elite Four member. Okay. Seems to be taking 45 minutes to complete each one of these people's stories. So let's get started. Mr. Hassel? Yes. I don't remember the voice I did for him at all. Maybe it'll ring back in my skull when I see him.
Greetings, I am Hassel. I will be teaching this art class. It is a pleasure to meet you all.
Look at those cute fucking paintings in the background, honestly.
Now, let me be candid for one moment.
I imagine that many of you will forget all you learned in this class once you graduate. After all, you don't need even a basic understanding of artwork, much less a refined appreciation of beauty, for most exams or jobs. So, is my class a waste of time for you then?
I think not, at least. I certainly hope it isn't. Think for a moment, all of you. What is beauty anyway? What makes something beautiful?
The eye of the beholder?
Interesting. Thank you, Fluxy. Oh, I don't mean to suggest there's a correct answer to my query. The important thing is that you all take time to think about it. Think about why we might find beauty in a flower blooming on the side of the road, for example. Question why the sky is a different shade of blue than the ocean, or why the leaves change color. Ponder the windmills of Artisan and how they move. Contemplate the chilling bite of the waters of Cascarafra. I'm sure you will find that every little detail of your lives will seem more vivid, more impactful, if you just take a moment to stop and think. And I am certain that if you stop and truly appreciate the little beauties of this world, it will help you pull through the days where your studies have you exhausted, or when work has dampened your spirits. Do pardon me for waxing philosophical. You don't need to understand all of that now. To put it simply, it is true that one doesn't need art to survive, but it certainly makes surviving much more enjoyable. It is my hope that this class will add even a little bit of color to your lives.
Those two men are doing the exact same animation directly next to each other. Like, dude. Ow, my wrist.
That's all for today. Next time, we'll try a more hands-on approach to appreciating beauty.
Good evening. Go to class. You would like to talk to Mr. Hassel? They're twins. They are not. You know, I find it funny, right? I wanted to attend specifically the art class. Like way earlier in this like stream series. Specifically art. Because I was like, oh wow, I love art. I want to go fucking take this class. And it turns out the art teacher was the guy who was in the Elite Four. Like, what are the chances? If I would have just actually fucking remembered to do it. Now they're triplets.
Hello, class. It is I, Hassel, yet again. Hassel, even. In our previous class, we discussed what beauty is. Which might have been a little boring for you. So today, I thought I would mix things up a little to pique your interest in art.
It's Penny. She took Nemona's place.
Allow me to introduce our special guest.
Smeargle? Oh. This also would have given away what type of trainer he was.
This is Professor Gibble, the assistant lecturer for today. Now then, Professor Gibble, if you would be so kind as to terrestrial... right here in the middle of class?
It's a flower?
As some of you may already know, a Pokemon can terrestrialize if you use a Terra Orb. Normally, Professor Gibble would be of the Dragon type. But by terrestrializing, it succeeded in changing its type. So, class, what type do these lovely glistening flowers above Professor Gibble's head represent?
Grass.
Excellent, Fluxy. Full marks for you. These beautiful flowers blooming above Professor Gibble's head show that it has now become a grass type. The shape of the Terra Jewel above a Pokemon's head depends on the Pokemon's Terra type. To summarize, if an opponent's Pokemon terrestrializes during battle, observe a Pokemon's Terra Jewel closely to see which type it has become, and choose effective moves accordingly. It is my sincere hope that today's lecture will help you all achieve beautiful victories. The terrestrial phenomenon is indeed a fascinating and deep subject to discuss. That is it for today, class. Thank you, Professor Gibble, for your help.
That kid looked bored as hell. The one that was like to the left.
Jeez.
Speaking of bored, no, I'm kidding. Let's go to Mr. Hassel. Hustle.
Hello, class. It is I, Hustle, yet again.
Hey, fucking Arvin's here again. You were watching other streams. Was Arvin in any of the classes and I just missed his ass? Cause he appeared in the freaking the fighting class, the battle studies class, and that was like the first time I ever saw him. I at least remember seeing him. And that bored kid is there again.
I have been told that my previous lecture about the terrestrial phenomenon was very well received. Thank you all for your kind words. In fact, Miss Dendra specifically requested that I impart even more battle knowledge to my students. So, I've decided that today, we will take another look at how a Pokemon can terrestrialize. And of course, here is Professor Gibble to help us. Now then, Professor Gibble, if you would be so kind as to terrestrialize for us.
for like 1 second, not even there, like while it was fading to white, that was the most frames I've seen in the entire game. Like it actually fucking scooched up to 60 full ass frames for a second there. Now, what do we have here? Last class we saw grassy type terastallizing, but this time we have something of a different shape. Observe, a terajewel resembling a snowflake. Its dendritic shape is stunning to behold. It's a little chilly standing so close to it. So, class, what terra type do you imagine this jewel might represent? Nice. Excellent, Fluxy. Full marks for you. The reason there's a snowflake shining above Professor Gibble's head is simple. It is now an ice type. And because Professor Gibble is currently the ice type moves would not be very effective against it. Keep in mind, usually they would deal quadruple damage to Gibble. Now, here's some trivia about snowflakes. While snowflakes come in many different shapes and sizes, most are classified as hexagons. Just think of it. Snowflakes fall from the sky, taking similar shapes without anyone saying they must. Do you not feel the great mystery of nature? The beautiful enigma we live in? This is a bit of a tangent, but Mr. Jacques' glasses are also hexagonal. Aren't they? That wasn't a question, aren't they? I almost forgot to mention that you can change a Pokemon's Terra type at the Treasure Eatery, located in Medali. Although I must say the cook there is a little prickly. You'll need to get on her good side if you want her help. Now, come prepared for next class, because it is time for your midterm examination. Thank you for today, Professor Gibble.
Glamgib.
Arvin, your posture. So true. Imagine having bad posture. Haha, definitely not me leaning back because somebody mentioned the word posture. Art midterm, let's go. Don't be tardy. I do hope you're all ready, because it is time for your midterm exam. Focus and do your best. And begin! What is the name of the gemstone that glows over a Pokemon's head when it terastallizes? That would be a Terajewel. When the answer to question 1 is in the shape of flowers, what type does it represent? Flowers? Grass. What shape are most snowflakes classified as? A hexagon. Where is the eatery that allows you to change a Terra type? Medali. What makes something beautiful? There is no correct answer. Nimona sitting still and paying attention is quite a sight. The truth is, she is not paying attention. Look at where her eyes are. She's zoned the hell out. She's here because she has to be. And she's sitting still because she needs to. But she is thinking about battling. I would rather not have students worry about passing or failing in my art class, but tests are tests after all. Anyways, good work everyone. You can check your results at the front desk. You have to get 3 right. for your thing. Oh wow, 5 out of 5. You're so cool. Great. Good job. Get out of my sight. It's like that one meme of the kid holding his breath in class and his vein popping up. Yeah. Like just struggling, holding something horrible back. Hello class, it is I, Hustle yet again. I am pleased to say that everybody did very well on the midterm exams. As a reward for all of your hard work, we have a special guest visiting us today. Now then, Brossi, please come in. Greetings. I'm Brasius. I'm an artist, and I focus exclusively on grass-type Pokemon for my work. Brasius here mainly creates three-dimensional pieces, such as statues and the like. One of his major works is the installation titled Surrendering Sunflora, found in Artisan. Many of you who challenged the Artisan Gym are no doubt familiar with these sculptures. Yes, I do recognize some faces among your students. I hope you all understand how fortunate you are to be able to attend Haas's classes. Well, Haas is the man who saved me when I had lost all hope and given up on myself. But he never gave up on me. I do not exaggerate when I say that he is my mentor in life. It is precisely thanks to Haas that I was able to establish my current art style. Oh, dear Brossi. I have nothing against reminiscing about old times, but today, I hope you will guide this class in a way only you can. Of course. Let's see. Why don't we discuss what Haas mentioned surrendering... why don't we discuss what Haas mentioned? Surrendering Sunflora. Can anyone here tell me what my mood was when I crafted its detached expression? A sad mood? No. No. Completely and utterly wrong. I made that sculpture. I had surrendered all hope. I was preparing to give up on everything. I had resolved to give up my life as an artist if that piece did not receive proper recognition. Hence the name Surrendering Sunflora. That's exactly it, Haas. That's the first time I've seen that man happy. When I started out as an artist, I experienced many hardships. I even became deathly ill and fell into a slump that drove me to desperation. I began worrying about what would sell. I was concerned only with fame and fortune. But all of my pieces during this time had no depths. They were all shallow trash. It was then that I met Haas. He helped me realize how petty I was being. I'll spare you the details. But in the end, I was able to leave all that behind. And that is also when I crafted the Sunflora. Remarkable. Even I did not know the full story until now. This kind of thing is hard to tell someone, especially when they're so close to you. I lost it. Now, I don't doubt that you adolescents will often find your heads crowded with worries. My advice to you is simple. Be honest with yourself and do whatever your heart desires. So long as you don't cause trouble, that is. That is all for me. I must admit, I am beginning to feel a bit embarrassed. So I bid you farewell, Haas. And farewell to your pupils as well. Imagine a teacher being a positive influence in your life. I'd know. Impossible. This is obviously fiction.
Oh, Brasi, I can't believe it. Such a wonderful class. Thank you so much. This guy. Part 5. Let's go back. The man had a fucking mental breakdown at the end. Hello, class. It is I. It is I, Hustle, yet again. First, allow me to apologize for losing my composure during our last class. Making the teacher cry in class is straight up a war crime. I was so touched by Brasius' story that I simply couldn't contain my emotions. I'm sorry for making such a scene. I certainly got a very stern talking to from Miss Time after the class, yes. Anyway, let us shift gears and dive into the material for today's class. Now, have any of you heard of the 10 sites of Paldea? As the name would imply, there are 10 sites in Paldea that are considered particularly beautiful. Among them, I would say that Grand Olive Orchard is likely the most accessible. You can see fields after field of olive trees from the hills on the way to Cortondo. 2 waterfalls are also counted among these 10 sites, Fury Falls and Casa Royal Falls. Then there's the peaks of Glaciado Mountain, known as Paldea's highest peak. There's another cliff on Glaciado Mountain that's named after its rather unique shape. So let me ask you, my students, what is the name of the 3-pronged cliff on Glaciado Mountain? No need to grasp at straws. I'm guessing it's Glaciado's grasp because you're making a pun. You're correct. Exactly. It looks like a hand taking hold of something, doesn't it, Fluxy? The 3-pronged cliff on Glaciado Mountain is in fact known as Glaciado's grasp. Though its shape is far too stubby to be that of a human hand, I imagine someone thought it looked like a Pokemon's hand grabbing something. There's also the mountains in Area 3 of the East Province, where you can get a good look at Levincia. It's particularly gorgeous at night. In fact, the view is so brilliant, it is known as the Million-Volt Skyline. I hear it's quite a hotspot for dates, and deservedly so for having such a romantic view. I imagine it's... what do the kids say these days? A very, bleak selfie spot. Of course, you may feel that not all 10 sites live up to their grandiose names. How often do we visit some tourist spot only to be disappointed? Not to say that you shouldn't visit them, only that you should keep your hopes in check. The important thing is to go yourself and see them with your own 2 eyes. And sometimes, a disappointing experience can be worthwhile in its own way. Take a chance. Well, that's it for today's class. Thank you for your attention. It's as the kids say, the rizziest spot. You can pull out your... I'm not... Skippity Rizzler, Ohio. Last class, let's go. Of art. Hello, class. It is I, Hassel, yet again. My, how time flies, as they say. No, I'm not even reading that. If I could block it from showing up on stream, I would at this point. That's disgusting. Indeed, our time together has certainly flown by. It's hard to believe that this is our last class. Now, our topics for today may feel somewhat unrelated to art. But there is no doubt, but there is absolutely no set definition as to what art should be. Therefore, let us carry on with the discussion and see where it takes us. There are two things I wish to focus on today: ribbons and marks, and the Dedenne painting behind me, because Dedenne is a cute Pikachu clone and I will not hear otherwise. Both ribbons and marks are special honors that capture a Pokemon's qualities. There will be times when your Pokemon gives maximum effort or has a noteworthy experience. In recognition of its feats and accomplishments, it can be given a ribbon. To give an example, if you manage to become incredibly close to a Pokemon, it may be granted the Best Friends ribbon. Incidentally, give your Pokemon a Best Friends ribbon. What? Hold on, my brain. Whoa, 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 whoa. Incidentally, there is a person in Koskarafa who can give your Pokemon a Best Friends ribbon. Marks, on the other hand, are mostly found on wild Pokemon when you meet them for the first time. What? They can symbolize the character of a Pokemon, such as with the Rowdy mark or the Vigor mark. It's completely up to luck whether you'll run into a Pokemon with these marks. So if you're able to catch a Pokemon with a mark, rejoice at your outstanding fortune. Does anyone know what special thing you can do with Pokemon that have ribbons or marks? You can show them off? I don't know. Well, you are quite the disappointment, aren't you, Fluxy? Well, yes, indeed you can show them off, but surely that's not the extent of your interest, is it? The correct answer is that a Pokemon with ribbons or marks can be given titles. What's more, they can be sent into battle displaying a title of your choosing. For example, you could send out a Gible with a Best Friends ribbon by declaring, "Go, Gible the Great Friend." And while I know I just said that marks are generally found already on Pokemon when you meet them for the first time, it seems that more recently, Pokemon can be awarded certain marks based on their efforts. These are marks such as the Gourmand mark, the Item Finder mark, the Partner mark, and so on. Perhaps it might be fun to try to work out how to get each mark using its name as a clue. Well, that just about wraps up our last class. Next is the final exam. Please review our material closely so that you can pass on your first try. Gah! My bag! Alright, finale. Final, rather, not the finale. I do hope you're all ready, because it is time for your final exam. Focus and do your best. And begin. What is the name of the restaurant where you can change a Pokemon's Terra type? The Treasure Eatery. What is the name of Brassius' signature art installation that we discussed in class? The Surrendering Sunflora. How many waterfalls are counted among the 10 sites of Paldea? 2. Where could you find the million-volt skyline? Fuck.
It was about Levincia, but it, wasn't it? I think so. The marks a Pokemon has are present when you first meet, and none can be added later. False. Time's up! That's it for today's test. Pencils down, please. Thank you all so much for learning about art with me. The time we shared has left a mark that I will treasure, I promise you. And it is my sincere wish that all of you go on to even greater, more prosperous futures. And that's that. Good work, everyone. You can receive your results from the front desk. All right. Tell me it's 4. Oh, thank God. For some reason, like, I thought it was a trick question again, because, like, I thought the skyline was about Levincia, but it wasn't located in Levincia. You know? They shouldn't... honestly, it shouldn't say the individual teacher's name for that fucking candy bit, because I don't believe it. I think that's the director. It should say, Director Clavel says that when a student passes, they should get this. Because, like, not a single one of the teachers has said, like, has not given out candy for a fucking reward. Anyway. Art room. Jesus, right in my face, huh? Why, if it isn't Fluxy? I have a question for you. Do you find my class difficult? It's just right for me. That is certainly good to hear. So, Fluxy, you chose to take on the gyms as part of your treasure hunt. That must mean you like Pokemon battles, is that correct? No. Then you're attempting to overcome a weakness. I applaud your efforts, indeed. Do forgive me for springing such an odd question upon you so suddenly. I often find myself pondering the nature of strength these days. Anyways, thank you again for your input, Fluxy. I arted. What is the true meaning of strength, I wonder? Let's see, he's not in entrance hall, schoolyard. Oh, hold on one second. Something in my schnoz hole. Hello there, Fluxy. I try to visit the schoolyard from time to time. It's good to see young ones with so much energy and vigor. You think so? Oh yes, indeed. Just watching is enough to make even an old man like me feel more alive. Master Hustle, might I have a word? Huh? You, what are you doing here? I have told you many times not to bother me here at the academy. Yet I am bound to come. Our family's future is of paramount importance. It was good speaking with you, Fluxy. Something important has come up, so I must excuse myself for now. Let us discuss this matter elsewhere. Come. The hell is this one about? Entrance hall? Hell yeah. Oh. Iangi? Oh, why, hello there, young Fluxy. I'm sorry. I was lost in thought and didn't notice your approach. I feel I must again apologize for what transpired in the schoolyard. Didn't bother me. Ah, that is very magnanimous of you. That woman who showed up is a dragon tamer, and a relative of mine, I might add. You see, I come from a very long line of trainers who specialize in dragon-type Pokemon. There was a child in our family who was expected to stand at its head and lead it to greatness. But the young lad, rebellious little fellow that he was, ran away from home one day. He made quite the show of it too, swearing he'd make a living with music. A lot happened since then, and now he's the art teacher and Elite Four member before you. Oh. After I so rudely took my leave during our last conversation, my dear relative encouraged me to give up teaching and return home at last. I've been told the current leader of my family, that is to say, my father, is in poor health. Oh, but I do apologize. Perhaps I am not cut out for teaching after all. What sort of teacher grumbles on and on at his own student? You're a great teacher. Ah, my dear Fluxy, you have no idea how much your words mean to me. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Oh, I'm so sorry, I was lost in thought. Back in the art room. Hi, Sorga. Why, hello there, Fluxy. You always seem to appear at the most crucial of moments. Something going on? Sneezed. Well, you see.
Master Hustle, I'm here to collect you.
So I see.
I'm glad that you finally made up your mind about taking your place as your leader of your family.
Can't sleep, so I'll just lurk here, lol.
Okie dokie.
Well, it is indeed true that I have made up my mind. I have made up my mind to continue teaching here at the Academy.
How could you? Are you saying you don't care what happens to our proud lineage?
I am saying that I have other priorities. Have a look around at the art decorating this room, would you? The children here are letting their senses, their perceptiveness, grow freely. I do not wish to say that protecting our family's ancient bloodline is of no importance. I simply wish to see young talent blossom and grow into the future. It just seems so much more fun to me, if I'm being honest.
What utter nonsense. And yet, your fearless, unflinching commitment to that nonsensical vision proves that you are worthy of carrying the will of the dragons, Master Hustle. I will not give up. I will come as many times as I need to in order to change your mind.
Oh, by all means. My door is open. I think you'll soon find you've met your match in stubbornness. You thought I could be cowed by some story spun up by my father's deteriorating health. I am not so easily fooled.
I will return another day.
Ah, I'm sorry you had to see all of that. I was so very close to resigning my post as teacher and returning to my home. But the students here gave me courage to say no. That includes you, Fluxy.
Your words truly brought me strength.
Dude, I just said you're a good teacher.
I cannot think of a way I can possibly repay my debt to you young ones. Take this, if you will, insufficient as it may be in expressing the full breadth of my gratitude.
Yo, what the fuck?
I don't know what those are, actually. So I just saw the number 50, that's all.
Now then, let it be clear to all.
Wait, hold on. Oh, I should have done... Wait, hold on. I can do the joke still, even though it's past. Or can I? I don't think I can. I'd have to set up a whole bunch of stuff. Hello? My fucking screen just gave out for a second there.
I, Hassel, will continue on my path... will continue on my chosen path as instructor to the youths of our world. Now, let me be clear. Hello there, Fluxy. Please, stay for as long as you wish. Okie doke. One dangled class left. I'm going to take a minute. I have to use the restroom. I'll be right friggin' back. I'll make it fast. Okay. One last class. This is our local Swede, his favorite class, with Mr. Saguaro. It's his favorite teacher, I should say. I don't know if it was actually his favorite class, just at least teacher.
I see we have some energetic young ones in our class this time around.
Fucking throat. I can't even do the voice I was doing before.
You may call me Mr. Saguaro. Your time here with me will be spent obtaining knowledge and skills indispensable for daily life. Many of you have left the care of your parents to live here on your own in the academy dormitory.
I pray that the knowledge I impart to you will improve the quality of your lives, and the necessities therefore of food, clothing, and shelter. Of those three categories, I assume the most pressing and interesting for you all is food. When you eat sandwiches on your picnics, the HP of your party Pokemon will be restored. You will also gain something called meal powers, which can provide all manners of benefits. For example, these powers can make Pokemon easier to catch or increase the experience that your Pokemon will receive. I think you will also find that the breadth of these effects can be expanded by crafting sandwiches of superb flavor. Wouldn't you agree, Ivan? What's more, there's a certain something that is particularly important if we wish to receive meal powers with even more helpful effects. Let me see. Miss Fluxy, tell me, what must you keep in mind to receive even more helpful meal powers?
My choice of fillings and condiments, how fast I can prepare the food. I have to remember to put my heart into it. Like choice of fillings and yeah.
Perfectly correct, Miss Fluxy. Perhaps you were already aware of this fact from having helped your family with cooking at home. Your choice of ingredients, including both fillings and condiments, is an important factor in gaining even more helpful meal powers. For example, using sweet ingredients in your sandwiches may help you gain egg power, including numerous bitter ingredients, on the other hand, can gain you item drop power. Learning to aim for specific effects when crafting sandwiches will almost certainly make your culinary endeavors more enjoyable. Please be aware, however, that you can also receive meal power by eating at restaurants. I must say that I would feel the utmost joy if you all learned much here in my class and came to better understand home economics. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell.
Whoop.
Put away your phones. It's time to begin class. In our last class, I believe we talked about the effects you can get from food on your picnics. You can receive meal powers and even restored HP for all the Pokemon in your party. It is a truly convenient means of healing your Pokemon. Unfortunately, as I'm sure you're aware, it is not suited for use in battles, when you cannot make food, or when you wish to restore HP quickly. In times such as those, you should make use of healing items such as potions, which you can purchase from Pokemarts or the school store. Healing items are immediately effective and can be used any time that you can open your bag. They are, however, consumed after one use. Potions restore 20 HP, Super Potions restore 60 HP, and Hyper Potions restore 120 HP. The pricier the item, the more HP it will restore. Keep in mind how much money you have when you are stocking up on these items. However, unforeseen happenings are an inextricable part of traveling from place to place. Imagine, if you will, the following scenario. You find yourself with injured Pokemon, but you have no potions. You are out of sandwich ingredients, and there are no Pokemon centers nearby. Tell me, Miss Fluxy, what should you search for when in a perilous situation with no way to heal your Pokemon?
You search for in a perilous situation with no way to heal your Pokemon. I don't know, a place with water, I guess.
Would you hope to use the water to prepare a bracing meal, perhaps? As I mentioned, you have no ingredients, so even with water, you could not be able to make food.
I really don't know what he was getting at. An item on the ground, you're just gonna be like, oh, well, I should just search for tiny little items on the ground, and that will help me out in any situation. That seems a little absurd.
If you see something shiny on the ground, it is actually an item that has been dropped there.
Like, I thought about it, but I just thought that was a little too absurd to be the actual right answer.
You may be able to find restorative items, such as an oranberry or a potion in this way. You can use the R button to send out your Pokemon to pick up such items as well. And then there are berries, of course. Berries, by the way, aren't like items from shops. If you let your Pokemon hold one, it will decide on its own when to eat the berry during battle. Letting your Pokemon decide this timing for itself can be quite interesting. At any rate, if you find yourself in need of healing, I suggest that you look around for shining items on the ground. If you can't find such items, there are other methods you may employ for healing your Pokemon. Oh, I see that the bell demands that topic wait. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell.
Oh, my throat. I thought the answer might have been the water, because it'd be like, oh, I don't know, if you follow water, you'll end up at a Pokemon Center in no time. I don't know. I chose a terrible voice for this guy, for my throat, specifically. I wish I could go deeper for it, but I simply cannot. I'm hearing and feeling the effects of it already.
Put away your phones. It is time to begin class. In my last class, I taught you about HP restoration. However, after class, I was asked by several of you about power points, commonly known as PP. When a Pokemon loses all of its HP, it faints and can no longer battle. What then happens to a Pokemon when it loses all of its PP?
Can't use moves.
Perfectly correct, Miss Fluxy. Perhaps you know this from first-hand experience. There's a cat meowing loudly at your door. When a Pokemon runs out of PP, it can no longer use its moves. However, each move has its own store of PP, so you can mitigate PP loss by using a variety of moves rather than just one move repeatedly. If a Pokemon loses all PP for all of its moves, it will only be able to use Struggle, an action that also damages the Pokemon that uses it. In order to avoid the predicament, PP can be restored at a Pokemon Center along with HP. Items such as Ethers and Max Ethers can also be used to restore PP. Be careful not to confuse potions with Ethers in the heat of battle. However, Ethers are not sold at shops, so you should use them judiciously if you find them. The stronger the move, the lower its maximum PP. Do not waste use of these moves unless you wish to quickly run out of PP. It is important to find balance in a Pokemon's set of moves.
I have that question of, there's also fresh water, soda pop, lemonade, and movement, yeah. If Ethers aren't sold, but are clearly crafted, where are people getting them in the first place?
As you can see, HP isn't the only thing you must keep an eye on while adventuring with Pokemon. I hope that you will all take care to ensure your partner Pokemon can perform at their best, as you each engage in the treasure hunt. Our time together has come to an end for today. Our next meeting will be an examination day. Be sure to review well in preparation.
My throat. I feel like I should almost go make tea. I don't even like tea that much. fuck it. After the stream, I'm gonna make me some tea.
The time has come to test how well you all have how well you have learned here in my class. Let's begin before the information simmering in your brains from the last-minute cram session fades, which is not an effect of a picnic meal.
Increasing speed.
Which of the following affects the kinds of meal powers received from particular meal? Which of these berries can restore a Pokemon's HP? Leandro wanted his Pokemon to decide on its own when to use the item in battle, so he gave it an Oran Berry. This will work as he hopes. If a Pokemon runs out of PP, it can no longer be used. If a Pokemon runs out of PP for all its moves, it can only sit there in frustration.
Struggle.
The time for answering questions has come to an end. Please stop writing. I hope you were all able to give the examination everything you had. Please remember to ask for your scores at the front desk before leaving for the day.
It feels great to get the test out of the way. This is your last midterm. Did you know that? Anyway, here's your answer. 5 out of 5. Congratulations. Here's some stinking candy. Ow, my hand. Alright. That was the last midterm. Let's heckin' go. Sorry, had to go check on something. That's fine. You live your life, man.
Put away your phones, it's time to begin class. Though some of you had to retake the midterm exam multiple times, I am glad to say that the majority of the class passed without issue. I feel honored to see that the knowledge and skills indispensable for daily life have taken root in all of you. I trust that you will all work as hard on your life skills in this second half of our course as well. Let us now turn our attention to the topic of the day, which was inspired by a question I received on the subject of meal powers. The student who asked the question is a young man who enjoys the culinary arts. He tells me that he regularly researches culinary techniques on his own and pays careful attention to the ingredients he uses. He also spends days and nights studying all aspects of the culinary arts. Yet despite this, he is baffled by his inability to increase the effectiveness of his meal powers. So tell me, Miss Fluxy, since you did quite well on your midterm exam, what should this young man do to increase the effectiveness of his meal's powers?
You should make it ARF. Fuck it.
I cannot disclose the identity of this certain male student who enjoys the culinary arts. He may very well be Arvin, but it may not be. To increase the effectiveness of meal powers, your sandwiches must be filled with many different ingredients. For a single person, this may prove difficult, but if you prepare a sandwich with others, you will be able to handle a larger serving of bread. With a larger base to start with, it becomes quite simple to add more ingredients to your sandwich, which in turn makes it possible to receive meal powers of increased effectiveness. This applies more broadly as well. When dealing with a difficult issue, working with others to solve that issue may be the best course of action. I am sure that Arvin will likewise work with friends to craft his sandwiches in the future. Oh. The identity of the male student is a matter of privacy.
so I'd ask you do not pry too deeply. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell.
Fucking Jack. Oh, I love it. I'll make 5.
Put away your phones, it is time to begin class. While you're performing field work with one of your Pokemon walking alongside you,
Well, you're out performing field work with one of your Pokemon alongside you.
have you ever noticed changes in its coloration? What? Now, I don't mean that it suddenly becomes a shiny Pokemon or nonsense like that. I'm speaking of it becoming filthy. Pokemon battle. They get hurt by moves used against them. They get battered by wind and rain. They get covered in sand and mud. They get, in a word, filthy. I have seen many a trainer walking about with their adorable little Pokemon without addressing this issue. It is deplorable. You, let me ask this question of someone who I am sure would not tolerate such shameful conduct. Miss Fluxy, what should you do if your Pokemon is dirty?
Pat it on the head or nothing. Clean it up.
Perfectly correct. I knew I could count on you to provide me with such an answer, 'cause you've given all of your Pokemon a bath. Right? When your Pokemon are dirty, clean them. This is, of course, simply common sense. While you are having a picnic, you can approach the Pokemon on your team and perform a variety of actions. One such action is putting them through what I like to call the Pokemon wash. In other words, you are able to clean them. You start by getting your sponge lathered up with soapy bubbles as you gently and carefully scrub your Pokemon. Once your Pokemon is nice and covered in soapy bubbles, the bubbles will encapsulate the filth. Then you simply wash it away with a spray of water. This will get your Pokemon clean and shining bright as a Terra Jewel. It is certainly quite a bit of work, but this will also restore HP and cure status conditions. However, some Pokemon may have part of their bodies that they don't want scrubbed or that they would rather not get wet. Be sure to keep this in mind when cleaning your Pokemon. Now, the most important point that I must mention is that some Pokemon like to be dirty. Though I will contradict myself by saying this, please do remember that cleaning your Pokemon is not always the thing to do. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell.
My throat. Final class, let's go.
Put away your phones. It is time to begin our last class together. Home economics is the study of life's necessities. But looking back on our time together, I realized that I am focused almost entirely on food. I hope it is not too late to shift a discussion of clothing, another necessity in our last class. Hold on. As I'm sure you are aware, our academy has an air of freedom about it. We provide uniforms for each season to accommodate the diverse climate of Paldea. However, students are free to wear whichever style they wish whenever they please. You should all have received 4 sets of tops and bottoms,
one each for spring, summer, fall, and winter, when the Academy accepted you. If by chance you were not aware of this, you may wish to peruse your wardrobe. As long as you wear your school uniform, the rest of your ensemble need not be so school issued. This includes your bag, your hat, or your hat. If you wish to wear one, you are even free to style your hair however you wish. Mr. Salvatore's hairstyle, for example, would almost certainly have been against rules when I was a boy. That reminds me. There is one more thing. You all like to decorate, which I must say I find quite charming.
Are rodent phones?
Perfectly correct. That's the adorable little thing I was speaking of. Oh, it interests me so. I must admit that I am fascinated by rodent phones and how to customize them. What's that? How very intriguing. So there's a shop called Delibird Presents where you can purchase cases for your rodent phones. I thank you for that useful bit of information. I shall have to go myself first thing tomorrow to get an adorable case of my own liking. Forgive me. I seem to have gotten a little carried away with the small talk. As this class, known as Home Economics, nears its end, I offer these final words to you who have been honing everyday life skills with me. My field of study is not so decisive as the likes of mathematics, for instance, where test scores might play a part in deciding your future. However, as you go on to cook yourselves, to take care of your Pokemon, or cook for yourself, to decide what to wear in the morning when you awaken, I would be honored if what I have taught you serves to smoothen out and enrich your lives. Even if only a little. This sentiment was imparted to me by Mr. Hassel and his particular outlook on such matters. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for seeing this class through to the end. Our time together has come to a close for today. Perhaps prepare to do your best on your final exam.
It is our final. Let's go. I don't even think her text was yellow that time, which is wild considering we still had a fucking, like, test. Yeah. Hold on.
The time has come to test how well you all have learned in my class. Let's begin before the information simmering in your brains from a last-minute cram session fades. Which of the following meal powers makes it easier to come across shiny Pokemon?
Sparkling power.
Which of the following is not an effective egg power?
Eggs hatch faster, helps hatch strong Pokemon, makes eggs easier to find. Helping hatch strong Pokemon, I guess? I don't know these things. I didn't look up every individual fucking, like, power from cooking. That's something I should have been taught. I'm invoking cheating. Milk. Which one actually is it? Because I fucking have no clue. Oh.
This is absolutely absurd.
Not sure, let me look. Oh. I can look it up then. Thought by chance you just knew it off the top of your head. Egg Power Pokemon Violet. Yeah, I figured the strong Pokemon was the right.
What is a simple yet important tactic for increasing the effectiveness of meal powers?
Make food more often, make food at home, make food with others. Food with others.
What is the correct action to take when your adorable Pokemon becomes dirty?
Pokemon wash.
This is a question about Academy rules. Should you change your uniform tops and bottoms to properly match each season?
It doesn't matter.
The time for answering questions has come to an end. Please stop writing. I made the questions a little easier than I'd planned to, as a way of saying thank you for informing me about the Rotom phone cases. I trust that you all gave this exam everything you had so that you will not have to retake it. Please remember to ask for your scores at the front desk before leaving for the day.
Feels great to have the final test out of the way, doesn't it? Take a look at your results. You must get 3 questions right for the midterm, which you have no more of, and 4 questions correct for the final exam, of which this is your last. Let's see how you did on your home economics test. Answered 5 of 5 correctly. Fuck yeah. So I missed 2 questions throughout all the classes. Mr. Saguaro asks us to give you this blah blah blah. Lies. You have now finished all of your classes and passed all of their exams. I have this for you from Director Clavel. 5 large. Only 5. Now you can focus all of your efforts on this year's treasure hunt. Be careful out there. Good evening. Ooh. Why is it yellow? Oh, Mac. Alright. Like 3 or 4 interactions with this guy, and then we have Clavel, and then we have the nurse, and we're done.
Welcome to Home Economics Classroom. I consider this to be my very own castle of sorts. Miss Fluxy from Class 1A? Rumors of your activities always seem to be bombarding me from all sides.
Activities from all sides?
Indeed, people from all over have been talking about how strong of a battler you are and the amazing Pokemon you take along with you. You are quite the object of everyone's interest, though I imagine that may be a bother for you. The Home Economics Classroom is something of a place of rest for the Academy students here, you see. Here they delight in sharing the latest gossip and the like while enjoying the light snack. Look at those 2 girls over there, drinking at the exact same time with the exact same animation, pretending their hands are on the table, but realistically their entire being is exactly half a foot off of what it should be. You come up quite often in those talks recently, Miss Fluxy, so much so that I find myself intrigued. If it is not a burden for you, I would very much enjoy having you come see me again sometime. Please feel free to relax and unwind if you wish. No need to concern yourself with me. Hello, Miss Fluxy of Class 1A. It has been some time since last we met.
Been 20 seconds tops.
Are you here to eat as well?
I am starving. Thank you.
Ha! Excellent. You shouldn't battle on an empty stomach. I myself am here to survey the student cafeteria, let's say. I am observing the nutritional content of the food that our students partake of on a regular basis.
Close your mouth back there. Jesus Christ, you're scaring the hell out of me.
One item on the menu here that I am particularly interested in is the peanut butter sandwich. It is sweet and quite delicious. Yes, perhaps I will order one right now. Oh look,
Oh look, it's Mr. Sanguaro. He's so fashionable and cool.
I guess the teachers come to the cafeteria too, huh? Do you think he'll have an egg sandwich?
No way. If he gets anything here, it'll definitely be something spicy like the 5-alarm sandwich.
Oh, he's so cool. He'll definitely get the wild and spicy 5-alarm sandwich. Would I have a 5-alarm sandwich? Do enjoy the thrill of spicy food. Mr. Saguaro, what about... yes. You suggested I have a peanut butter sandwich, Miss Fluxy? I suppose I shall have to try one, if you insist. So he's a pushover for kids. Got it. That was close. I almost forced myself to order something spicy. My least favorite of the flavors. I thank you for restraining me, Miss Fluxy. It seems that students tend to view me as fashionable and cool, or even, dare I say it, exuding a sort of brooding strength. I have a habit of acting in such a way so as not to destroy their image of me. I showed my true colors to you just now without thinking. Please keep this as a secret between us. Please feel free to relax and unwind if you wish. No need to concern yourself with me. My throat. I can only take so much more. Miss Fluxy, there is something that I would very much like to ask your help for. Ask for your help with. What is it? Well, you see, I do not want anyone to overhear this, but I hear rumors of an incredibly sweet condiment that exists somewhere in the Paldea region. I absolutely must experience the ambrosial sweetness for myself. You are the only one who knows of my insatiable sweet tooth. Thus, I have no one else I can turn to for help in this matter. I cannot go looking for this condiment myself, lest I destroy the image students have of me. I will repay you for your troubles, of course. Give it some thought if this piques your interest. In the meantime, I will gather what information I can about this incredibly sweet condiment. I will share what I find with you as soon as I have more detailed information. Please feel free to relax and unwind if you wish. No need to concern yourself with me. Hey. Okay. Wanted to check. Whole neck room. Miss Fluxy, about that matter with which I need your help. I've discovered the name of the incredibly sweet condiment. It is called Sweet Herba Mystica. If you should find it during the course of your treasure hunt, I would be grateful if you would share some with me. Miss Fluxy, have you anything to report about the Sweet Herba Mystica? Yeah. What do you... Huh? I have to go out and get it? Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Use code sweet or spicy to get it as a gift. Oh my god, thank you. Why not? Why not? Oh, right. I forget sometimes it likes to just fucking dox you immediately. But anyway, I think I have to go to a Pokemon Center first, though, in order to do this. That, or perhaps it's not even going to let me use the gift, which would be insanely shitty of them. Actually. Oh wait, was it showing up there? Oh, I just couldn't be inside the building. That's cool. A little goofy, but whatever. Ow, my eyes. Bro. Fuck me. Just out of curiosity if anything's going on. I already got that. Oh my god, dude. Well, I got the spicy one. When was the sweet one? Why are these shining? Why are Pokemon spots shining? What's going on with that? I've never seen that.
don't think you can get it like that, Flux. I think you just got unlucky. Are you serious? You get Herba Mysticas by defeating 5-star raid battles. So you're telling me that I just randomly got fucked out of this? How is a 5-star like the hardest one? That I would probably need a bunch of friends for. Oh, shit. Man, I can always just fucking go into one randomly and attempt, right? Do we know where these fuckers are, like, located? Like, how can we tell a 5-star? Third hardest. You can do it on your own, but you're most likely not with your current levels, if I'm being honest. Really? Say I'm willing to attempt. So, like, again, just where to find them. I can't do it. I have to beat the final bit of the story. That's actually quite lame. We both had online, I'd just give you with the Pokemon holding it. Oh well, I'm obviously not going to pay money to get online just to get that. I guess we'll go do Clavel and the nurse real quick and finish the stream up there, and maybe I can talk to a friend about if they by chance have it so they can come trade me sometime before next stream. Not like it's super important. I know, but I really would have liked to finish it all up. Like, look how close I got. Like this one I'm gonna do after the next bit, which is the final stretch. Then blech. Anyway, let's talk to Director Clavel. Oh? Why hello, Miss Fluxy. How's your treasure hunt coming along? Having all sorts of adventures, I hope. Not going so well.
Oh my, is that so? Do keep in mind that the treasure hunt has no set course of or criteria you must follow. Simply go where your heart takes you, and you shall do so splendidly. I feel like I'm doing the voice completely wrong. Speaking of such pursuits, there has been something on my mind of late. If I could ask your expertise on the matter, I would be most grateful. You see, I recently heard a word whose meaning escapes me. I believe it to be some sort of slang. Tell me, what does chuggy mean?
Dude, what? I don't fucking know what that means. I've never heard or seen this word in my life. Apparently it's outdated and uncool. Chuggy Conroy.
Ah, I think I understand. For both speaker and recipient, it is not a pleasant word, I take it. The words used by young people these days are quite often beyond my comprehension. But when I learn the meanings behind the words, I find that I feel that much closer to my students. I am most grateful to you for your help on that front. Ah, Miss Fluxy, how kind of you to stop by. I must say I'm pleased to see you on school grounds again. Travel and adventure certainly have their place, but it isn't one good to attend class as well, no? Speaking of which, there's something I would very much like to ask you. I understand you have joined a variety of classes during your time here at the Academy. But if I may ask, which of your faculty members has made the most favorable impression on you?
Miss Dendra, I think, is my favorite.
Oh, Miss Dendra from Battle Class, you say? Yes, she is a fine teacher, a most upbeat and cheerful woman. We are truly blessed to have so many wonderful teachers and staff members at Uva Academy. I firmly believe that our faculty is second to none in their commitment to our students' ongoing education and well-being. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts, Miss Fluxy. Thank you for your visit, Miss Fluxy. A good friend of mine has been telling me of your recent exploits.
You mean Clive?
Haha, I'll leave their identity to your imagination. But now, lest I forget, there's another matter I would very much like your opinion on. Do you know what matter of gentleman's hairstyle is considered cool, as it were, among the youth these days?
Giant pompadours.
Oh, pompadours, you say? I suspected as much. Though I don't seem to recall many of the Academy's male students sporting such a style. Could it be then that the pompadour has already had its day in the sun? Perhaps I ought to consider a change of wig. That is to say, never mind. Thank you for your insight, Miss Fluxy. It was most enlightening.
Here's a small, deep dive into language barrier, real quick. I feel personally that it is very weird to say, that is to say, never mind. Like that exact phrasing.
Tiki-taka Josuke!
I feel like it's weird to say specifically the words, that is to say, never mind. Because that's clearly indicating that you're trying to change the subject. So I'm wondering if there's a specific Japanese phrase that is direct translating into that is to say never mind that makes more sense or is like less blatantly obvious in your face, or maybe it is as blatantly obvious in your face, but it's something more respected in Japanese culture. Because I feel like I've seen that a lot in like a lot of Japanese games as of late. Because usually it's like, never mind that. Anyway, moving on. Not that is to say, never mind. Personally, just something that I have recently been taking note of.
Thank you again for your outstanding work on Operation Starfall. I cannot tell you how relieved I am that we were able to help Miss Penny as we did. And I know she is exceedingly grateful to you for your part in all this. So I have one more thing to ask of you. Though the request is admittedly of a delicate nature, do you think you could continue being good friends with Miss Penny, as you have thus far?
Sure, we're best buds.
I must say, I truly am glad to have you as one of my students at the Academy. I believe you've more than earned this small token of my appreciation.
Big nugget. Nandamanai.
Huh?
Copy this. Nandamanai is, it's nothing. That's nothing. Nothing special. Not a big deal. Do you think that was the original thing placed there? Weird. That they would translate it to that then. Because, I mean, that's a thing in our fucking language too. Or, well, English language too. To just be like, that is nothing. Nothing at all. Don't worry about it. I hope that you will I hope that you will always stay as wonderful as you are now, Miss Foxy. You formed a close bond with the director. I'm so glad that you came to Uva Academy, Miss Fluxy. Rock on. That is everything of Director Clavel. Director Clavel. Which leaves the nurse. The students call Nurse Miriam Mimi. I tried using that nickname with her once, but she just glared at me. Hey there, come on in. Everyone's welcome in the nurse's office. What brings you here today? I don't see anything super wrong with you or your Pokemon. Wait, this is your first time here, isn't it? No, this is my second, technically speaking. I'm gonna say yes, though, because I want the proper introduction. Oh, so I guess you transferred in recently. You must be Fluxy, right? Everybody's been talking about you. I've heard all kinds of rumors. Apparently you fell off a cliff right after enrolling in the academy? And even picked a fight with Team Star. Oh yeah, you started your treasure hunt thing, right? Come, tell me about anything super interesting you find out there in your adventures. I'm kind of bored just sitting in here all day, you know? I don't have any classes to teach. And students only come here to skip class. So, yeah, Drop by if you can. Deal? Deal. Hey there, come on in. Everyone's welcome in the nurse's office. Fluxy, have you toughened up a bit? No. What? No, you definitely have. More confidence or something. I bet it's because of all the crazy experiences you're having on your treasure hunt. You need to tell me all about what you've been up to. You need to tell me all of what you've been up to. Wow, that's super cool. I sure am jealous of you kids. You get to try out new things every single day. Me, on the other hand, I actually wanted to become a teacher. I'm just a school nurse, you know? I can't teach classes or anything like that. I couldn't pass the certification exam to become an actual health teacher. Wiggly waggly hair. It's so distracting. It took so many times, but no luck. So here I am, stuck forever in the nurse's office. And I got spicy instead of sweet. It was bullshit! Oh, sorry. I guess this isn't a very fun thing to talk about. But you're just a good listener. You're just such a good listener. I find myself telling you all kinds of stuff. I hope you'll still come see me even if I talk your ear off like this. Are you tired? What the fuck? Didn't fucking scare the shit. Are you tired? Why not lie down? Who is that? Why not lie down and have a quick rest? That fucking little toxicity? Oh, she's in the main hall. Interesting. It's usually to the left. But I didn't want to spin all the way around. Oh, hey Fluxy. Sorry, were you looking for me? I've been away from the nurse's office lately. Did you need something from me? No? What? But then why'd you come over to talk? Oh, well, I'll heal up your Pokemon anyway. Here you go. A little first aid. You must really be having an adventure out there, judging from those scrapes and cuts. Huh? Oh yeah. I guess it is pretty unusual for me to be out of the nurse's office like this. Well, I'm actually doing a bit of studying. Thought I'd try my best at the health teacher certification exam one more time. You can do it! So you know, it's totally not because I'm inspired by a certain somebody working hard at their treasure hunt, okay? Well, maybe I'm just a little bit. So, you know, thanks. Yeah. Hee. Uh-oh, my break time's almost over. I know you'll be cheering me on, Fluxy. I like her. She's nice. Are you tired? Why not lie down and have a quick rest? Alright. Back to the nurse's office. Hey there. Come on in. Everyone's welcome in the nurse's office. Oh, Fluxy! I'm glad you're here. I have some good news. You're not gonna believe this, but I passed the health teacher certification exam. Who cheered? Who was that? Who gave 2 seconds of cheering? Show yourself! You cheered before she was done speaking! Freaks. Congratulations!
Thank you so much. I saw you pushing yourself real hard with your treasure hunt, and that really inspired me. Of course, most of the credit for my success goes to my own hard work, though. Hee. Thanks for giving me the push I need to try again, Fluxy. But, huh? Wait, I didn't actually read the word max in there. 10 max revives? That's fucking expensive. But they tell me there's no room to add new classes this year. So I guess I'll keep being Nurse Miriam for a bit. Just you wait, though. I'll be standing in front of a class at this academy before you know it. Then I'll teach you all you need to know about health. I bet I'll make a great teacher. I can't wait to see you in my class. It's not even expensive because you can't buy them. It's priceless. Wait, you can't buy max revives? That's insane. Yeah, no, fucking like, aren't like revives like 3,000 anyway? So like, imagine how much a max revive costs. You have to have fucking like connections for that shit. Toxicity, dude. Oh, hey, Fluxy. Don't work too hard out there. Rest is important too. Well, that's fucking everything. I started early, and unfortunately, there should have been a little bit extra, possibly filling out another 5 minutes. Oh, fucking well! Now I'm starting to regret having had done all the classes before the final bit, because I could have made it an after bit, and then that would have resulted in me directly doing the things, but instead I have to go do the final bit first! It's after... Anyway. That's gonna be it, because I don't know how long the next bit's gonna be, but I do know from last stream, Milk, I believe, said it is very talking intensive, and I am actually, my throat's actually hurting really badly right now. So I'm going to cut this here. It was really fun. I did enjoy all the new teachers that we were introduced to. I do have an official, like, top 3 of faculty here, which is... Okay, you can't see them here. I forgot. I can't remember names very well. So, home ec teacher, number 3. Nurse number 3. Home ec number 2. Battle studies number 1. I feel like the nurse was like really close to coming to number 2, but she didn't get enough actual exploration. It was very, very straightforward, but she has a very, like, fun story starting up for her. Anyways, with that all being said, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Thank you for sticking to the end, Milk. Always appreciate you. You're a great, great friend. Thanks to anyone who watches the stream later. I appreciate you as always. I hope you all have good days, afternoons, nights, whatever it is for you, and I'll freaking see you in the next one. I need to go right now so bad.